To Be Hero X episode 17 is now out. Let's freaking talk about it.
Hero X!
So I have finally got around to watching episode 17 of To Be Hero X, and this one is all about little Johnny. This is where we go into the backstory. We watch him grow up as a kid, and we get all the events of what happened to his father tied into to create something that is going to be huge moving forward. So obviously this episode starts out with little Johnny, and this is where we find out about his mother. His mother's very ill. We know that his dad has healing abilities. That's what we find out in this episode, and he's quite high ranked up within the hero system as well. Meanwhile, he's sent to go and investigate the spaceship that has land. Now, in this spaceship, this is where he finds a creature that comes out to him that he brings home, which is Big Johnny. So I didn't expect Big Johnny to be like an alien. That was not on my bingo card, but there it is. He is an alien. So that's going to make things interesting moving forward now. So that was like the big reveal that happened in this episode is Big Johnny, he ain't from this world, he's from the stars. But I loved how it tied into the whole reason why little Johnny calls Big Johnny his son is because of what his mother said to him. His mother said, you come from the stars, you come down and you chose me and your papa as your parents, essentially. And this is where he then puts that together with, oh, so Big Johnny's from the stars, he's come down, so therefore he's my son. This is how, because obviously little Johnny is very young. He's a little kid. He doesn't understand how reproducing and all that works. So his mother's trying to tell him in a way that's going to comfort him. So I really like that he took that on board and made that happen. Obviously, his mother passes away. The father can't heal her. And this is what leads him and little Johnny to leave the Hero Society and leave the city and go to the mountains to live. Because, one, he knew he wasn't strong enough to be able to save her. And two, she said, you need to take him away. You need to take him away from all of this. And so he did. He honored that wish. And then we get this beautiful moment of watching little Johnny, Big Johnny, start to grow up. The dad grow up with them. 3 years go by. And it's really, really awesome to see. We also get an introduction to the Hero X of that time period as well, who is able to use like this vortex ability that we get to see at the end of the episode. But as it's all progressing, something is wrong because the Hero X guy comes again to visit them 3 years later, and he's basically like, I need you to come back. I need you to come back. You're the best healer we have. And then he's like, but no, I don't want to. I don't want to come back. And you need me more than I need you, so I'm not doing it. And this pisses him off, right? So this is where we have little Johnny, Big Johnny, and the other kids all playing, looking at the comic books, and they're like, oh, your dad can heal everything. Just doing what kids can do. And then something happens. And as little Johnny's going back, this is where he finds his dad lying there, dead on the ground. So this is obviously referring back to the moment that we saw with Ghostblade, who actually kills his father. And little Johnny is not impressed. Let's just say that. My man is out for revenge. He is straight up like, I want revenge. I'm going to find out the truth. I'm going to get this and I'm going to avenge you, Dad. I'm going to do it. Because now he has no one. He absolutely has no one. So it's like this tragic backstory of this kid who lost his mom. His dad couldn't save his mom. And now he's lost his dad. But then Big Johnny, he loses it. And in this episode, you already saw when he loses it, he gets like these blue claws and like this blue light that runs through him. This time, he transforms into that giant, like, ghost-looking doggy thing, cat thing, right? This, like, Egyptian god thing. He transforms into that, and Big Johnny, after seeing how little Johnny is and seeing that his grandfather, as little Johnny will call it, dead, triggers him. And he starts running through the mountains, through the town that's there. Hero X turns up, starts using his vortex powers against him, and they were like, look, it's Hero X. He's here to save us and that. And Hero X is like, I'm going to take you in, and we're going to study you. And then we have Ghostblade standing there watching everything happen. Little Johnny's running back to try and save Big Johnny. And then it ends there. Great episode, really great episode, really emotional backstory to Johnny and how his life has been hard. You know, you have this great comedic element in this episode as well, with him saying to Big Johnny, "Oh, you just devour everything. You're naughty. You're a naughty boy." Chasing him around. You know, anyone that's been a father has had kids or hung out with kids, and you know how destructive kids can be. They don't try to do it on purpose, but they're just kids. That's what they do. So there was like all that, and then obviously there's this really, really sad moment where the dad and little Johnny are sitting at this grave that he made for his mum, and they're talking about it. And I really loved that conversation because little Johnny is like, she was always smiling. Like, how can I be naughty when she's always smiling? And the dad's basically essentially saying, that's who she was. She was. And it's about the hope. That hope is more powerful than anything else. And I thought that conversation was just so good. That moment was emotional. You could feel it. You could feel the dad having to be that person that little Johnny needed in that moment to help him get by all this tragic loss. And I thought that was great. I'm very interested to see how this spaceship and alien stuff is going to work. Because in here it is very much a big plot point in this episode. Because obviously, Big Johnny is an alien. Like, that's the big thing. So how does all this tie? Because we know that the material can separate and stop fear and trust and everything. So the power system that we have was going to be at play here. Like, what's going to happen? Like, does Hero X die? Is that the thing? Is that what's going to happen? Next week's episode is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I think we're going to start tying everything. Well, everything is already tying in, but we're going to get even more stuff. And what happens with little Johnny and Big Johnny when they find out that it was Ghostblade that actually killed their dad? That is going to be huge. Is that the tie-in to obviously little Big Johnny becoming that big thing at the end with Queen and that coming through? We don't know, but it's all shaping up. What are we? We're up to episode 17. We got 7 more episodes to go, but it's just been a phenomenal ride, and I really, really enjoyed this episode. I thought Johnny is a fun character when you first meet him, and you know he feels like this upbeat person, and when you learn about the dark truth behind him, it's very, very sad, and it really works really well because of what the mother said and what the dad said about the mother. Johnny is taking on that himself. He's sad, depressed on the inside, but he always has a big smile on his face. He's always happy and upbeat, even though he's had this tragic life leading up to it. So it's great. I really, really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of episode 17. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.